have a little friend visiting the channel. Her name is Penelope. She is my hormonal pimple. Thank you so much for being here, Penelope. What is up, my beautiful people? My name is Kira. Welcome back to my channel. I am queer, gender fluid, and I am here to remind the gays that you are worthy, you are valid, and you are not a mistake. And with that, let's get into the video. So today we're gonna be talking about, I guess in some circles, a somewhat controversial topic, but I'm gonna approach it in the most loving way as possible. A little background on me. I grew up Roman Catholic, I got baptized Catholic, and for a while I was actually very, very into religion. Like I consider myself a devout member of the church. I even went as far as to wanting to be a nun. I'm not religious anymore. I would say I'm more spiritual, and I kind of follow my own moral compass, and that's kind of my spiritual practice. I want to talk about kind of how I made that transition, why I made that transition, and why it was super important for me to make that transition and let go of the guidelines that other people have put on me and create my own guidelines of how I want to live my life. This is for any of you who grew up in a religious family and you realize, oh shit, I'm queer. And you go, wait, my religion says I'm not supposed to be queer. My religion says that there's something wrong with me. But at the same time, my religion says that God makes no mistakes, that we were created in God's image. And how does that make sense? I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of like strict religions, and a lot of them say that you can't be gay.
And you can't love the same sex, and you can't be trans, and you can't be non-binary, and you can't do all these things.
So you might find yourself being like, well, what do I do? Maybe you found this video because you were meant to hear it. I know exactly how fucking scary it is to start to question everything you've been taught. I've had to do a lot of that in the past couple of years, and woo, it's exhausting. But it's also been really freeing and liberating. This video isn't intended to convert you. This video isn't intended to scare you or make you abandon your family or religion after watching this video. I just wanted to kind of come from my own perspective and tell you how I sort of got out of the religion constructs and like how I became comfortable with who I am being a queer person. First of all, there's nothing wrong with you. You are meant to be and feel all the emotions that you're feeling right now. I hear you. I get you. I've been there. When I was in high school, I would say in grade 10 or 11, I started to question my sexuality. And I also started working with a lot of people with different opinions. And I feel like that kind of helped me get out of like my own circle, of my own school, my church, and my family. And I kind of just ventured out a little bit and took note of the different perspectives that people have. I started to realize, oh, not everyone thinks the way that my family thinks. Not everyone thinks the way my religion thinks. Hold for the fire alarm. I think that's a really beautiful thing. I think expanding what you know is really cool. I always recommend it, honestly. And I also met a friend that was very sex positive, queer positive, and I had never met anyone like that before. She made me feel so good because she never made me feel judged. She never criticized me. She was actually excited for me. She was excited for like this journey that I was on, discovering my sexuality. And I think you should follow what makes you feel good inside. And then slowly I just realized, yeah, I'm into the same sex and there's nothing I can do about it. At this point, you're kind of at a crossroads. Do I keep going along this path of this religion that tells me that I'm wrong for feeling what I feel? Or am I gonna venture into the scary unknown and carve my own path and listen to myself? And let me tell you, venturing on your own path is fucking scary as shit. It is not meant to be an easy road, but it's going to be a fulfilling road. I truly believe that when these religions were created, whichever religion you belong to, they were obviously created by humans, and I do think that they were created originally with good intention. Most of them were created to you know, help bring people together so that we all feel like we're a part of a community that uplifts each other. And I feel like that's what it should be. But I think along the way, the power got into the wrong hands and those people started to abuse the power for control purposes, for financial reward. Honestly, I don't know. And this is just my opinion. Anything I say in this video is just my opinion. And like, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. Among all the different religions, I feel like there's usually the same core belief. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and treat others with the same love that you treat yourself. Almost every religion believes that you should spread love. Yeah, that's like the golden rule they taught us in school. When all of these religions start coming out with these rules saying gay people aren't allowed to be married, you're not supposed to have sex before marriage, and all these things, it almost seems like it goes against the golden rule of the religions. Question that logic. There's nothing wrong with questioning what you've been taught, rethinking, do I actually believe this? Like, do I think that this is true? Or is this just something that I've been told and I've adopted that idea since I was young? If you're at this crossroads right now and you're confused and you're scared, I hear you. I would encourage you to take a little bit of time and space away from your circle and just see what's out there. Be curious. You don't have to, you know, leave your religion for good. You don't have to do any of that, but just, yeah, gather new information. Put some distance between you and everything that you've been told. Another thing is, you can have faith but not be religious. I have a lot of faith in myself and I have faith in the universe, but I don't necessarily have faith in a religion because I don't believe that other people need to tell me how I need to live my life. I believe we all have this knowing, and some people call it like your inner voice, or maybe your gut feeling, or maybe the guiding light inside of your head. And I believe that's God. And I believe as long as you follow that and you just lead with love in everything that you do, you love yourself, you love others, like there's no more to it. Like fucking the Beatles said it, all you need is love. I would agree with the Beatles when they say that. Love is my religion. Love. And why not? If you feel shameful, if you feel guilty for feeling these ways, for even watching this video, just remember that shame never originated from you. It never came from you. Because if you think about it, when you were born, you were just yourself. You didn't have shame. You didn't have,
what you're doing is wrong. You're not good enough. You're not worthy.
We didn't have that. But it's interesting how as we got older, we picked that up from other people. So you can learn to like release it a little bit because it doesn't feel good and it doesn't help you in any way. This is what I've learned on my whole queer sex ed journey. When I had a lot of people telling me,
you should be ashamed of yourself. What are you doing? You're talking about sex and vulvas online.
The more I heard feedback from you guys, I realized, no, like this is the right path and I'm helping a lot of people. So shame, it was never helpful. I'm gonna get a little Clementine and recollect my thoughts. You know, where are my girlies at with long nails? Help me out here. On the topic of sex, this leads me into today's sponsor, Dipsea. BRB, well, I chat to you about this amazing app called Dipsea that literally changed my sex life. Oh hey, did you know that research shows that sex is not just physical, it is mental, honey. So you kind of need more than just a great vibrator if you want to have an amazing time. This is why I love Dipsea. Dipsea is an app full of hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for women. They bring your biggest fantasies to life with immersive soundscapes and very realistic characters. Dipsea is radically inclusive and we love that. They have stories for straight listeners, queer listeners, and actually 56% of the stories are voiced by people of color. New content is released every week, so you'll always have something new to explore. Oh my god, I just noticed that they added erotic meditations on here. This sounds like right up my alley, holy shit. I've done the erotic breath work. It's really helpful for like getting in your body and like really grounding yourself before you masturbate. Oh look, the last thing I was listening to is Cozy Rainstorm. For my lovely queer subscribers, Dipsea is actually offering a 30-day free extended trial when you go to dipseastories.com/Kiera. That's literally 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/Kiera. You know me, if I'm not completely in love with a brand, I do not endorse it. So if that tells you anything, that tells you that you should go to dipseastories.com/Kiera. Okay, okay, bye. Everything I've been saying is all fine and dandy. But when it comes to like your safety and like your family, it can become a whole different issue, because what if you live with your family who's very religious? What if they provide a roof over your head? What if you're stuck in this household until you can get your own place? The thing that really saved me was friends. Chosen family, you know, who support you and love you unconditionally no matter who you are, what you feel. I think that's the saving grace. I feel like that is what really propelled me into who I am today, is finding that one friend that told me, Kira, you're valid. There's nothing wrong with you. You should celebrate who you are, because who you are is amazing. Maybe join like some online communities. Go to some events that are queer centered. Surround yourself with people that are like you, and you're gonna feel less alone. I also encourage you to do lots of journaling and writing down your feelings and your thoughts, because that can be so therapeutic and helpful. Getting everything that's up here out there onto the page and then actually seeing it. Buy a journal and just do some like stream of consciousness writing. If you can find a therapist or a counselor, I always encourage you to find someone you can talk to, especially a licensed professional. It can be really hard dealing with all these things by yourself, and you don't have to deal with all this stuff by yourself. And lastly, treat yourself with more kindness. Talk to yourself as if you were talking to your younger brother or sister, or maybe, you know, a young kid. Whatever comes up for you, just know like it's okay. Practice self-compassion and self-love as much as you can, and that's all I got for you guys. I really hope this helped you. Whew, let me know if it did. I just kind of word vomited on you. Hopefully it all made sense. You're not alone. I see you. I feel you. You have to like kind of rewire your brain too, and that takes a long time. So keep at it. Don't give up on yourself. Oh, here's a hug. Definitely need a hug in this video. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. Mwah. Bye. See you next time.